there. Welcome back. Today I have quite a few questions I would like to ask you. I need to gather your input, opinions, and preferences about a wide variety of topics related to the autumn season. Would you be willing to help me today and respond to these questions? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so very much. Well, we'll dive right in. I have the questions here on my laptop, so I'll be reading them out to you, and then I'll be typing in your answers as you give them to me. Does that sound good? Okay, wonderful. Well, our very first question is a very interesting one, because this is the only season of the year that gives us two options as far as what to even call it. So my first question to you is, do you prefer the term fall or autumn, or do you like them both equally? Take your time with all of these questions. It's fine for you to give them a little thought. I really want your full input and fully well-rounded answers, okay? So fall or autumn, any thoughts? Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That's a very thoughtful perspective. Okay, well, I will be using the terms fall and autumn interchangeably throughout this survey, so please feel free in your mind to fill in whatever makes the most sense to you, whatever makes the question easiest for you to answer. Next up, what is your favorite color of autumn leaf? Yellow, orange, or red? What is your favorite color leaf? Yellow, orange, or red? Okay, thank you. Next question. How do you like your apple cider? Hot, chilled, or not at all? Okay. Good, good. Okay, now as the weather gets chilly, do you prefer, do you prefer to wear sweaters, also known as jumpers, depending on where you are, or sweatshirts? Sweaters or sweatshirts. That would include hoodies as well, under the umbrella term of sweatshirts. Do you have a strong preference? Oh, okay. Okay, great. Next question. Which of these autumn activities would you most like to engage in? Apple picking, visiting a corn maze, or going on a hayride? What do you think? Apple picking, corn maze, or hayride? Okay. I love your decisiveness in answering these questions. All your input is so helpful. Okay, next up, we have a little series of questions that all go together. So let's put on our imagination caps for a moment. Let's say you're going to have a fall movie marathon. Which of the following would you prefer to watch? The Lord of the Rings movies, the Harry Potter movies, or the BBC Pride and Prejudice miniseries? What do you think of those three choices? Okay. Yes. Very cozy indeed. And what kind of popcorn would you like to snack on while you're watching? Classic buttered popcorn, sweet and crunchy kettle corn, or savory herb and cheddar popcorn? What do you think? Okay. Okay, just getting down that popcorn preference. Fascinating indeed. And what blanket would you like to cuddle up with as you are watching and snacking? A cozy patchwork quilt in autumnal tones, a thick, fluffy, pale orange duvet, or a soft fleece blanket with a pattern of leaves and pumpkins. What do you think? Quilt, duvet, or fleece blanket? Okay. Well, that sounds like that would be a lovely way to spend some time. Okay, moving on to a new topic. Let's say you're going out for a drive to look at the fall foliage. Which of these vehicles would you most like to take on this cruise? A tricked out Jeep with the doors removed, a red vintage convertible, or a Harley-Davidson motorcycle? What do you think? Jeep, convertible, or motorcycle? Oh, excellent. Okay, good. And given your choice, would you be driving this vehicle that you just chose, or would you be a passenger? I see. Okay. Next up, what animals come to mind for you when you think of the autumn? You can list as many as you'd like. What animals come to mind? Okay. Oh, yes, of course. Oh, so much lovely wildlife this time of year. Yes, indeed. Okay, next question. This is kind of a personal one that I slipped in because I'm very curious. Some people are very into spring cleaning. I myself prefer fall cleaning. What about you? Do you have the urge to clean your home and your space in the fall? What do you think? Oh yes, tell me more. Tell me more about that. Oh, I see. Okay, just give me one moment. I want to get all that down. Okay, and when you are cleaning, is there any particular type of music that you listen to? Any performer, album, or song that you listen to get you in the cleaning mood? Oh, okay. That sounds very inspiring. Well, for me, it's Greta Van Fleet all the way. Absolutely. Especially Safari song. That's what I put on, especially when I need to start vacuuming. Gets me right in the mood and I just get on a roll. Okay. Let me make sure I have my place here. Do you have a favorite book or book series that you like to read in the fall? Any thoughts on that? Oh, yes, that would be a wonderful choice for the autumn season. I might have to do that too myself. Okay, let's see. Next up, are you a scarf person? Discuss. Oh, I see. Strong feelings on this one. Okay, yes. Okay, I hear that loud and clear. Any other thoughts on scarves? Okay. Wonderful. That's such an interesting topic, fascinating to me. Love gathering data on that. Okay, now in follow-up, not to press too many buttons at once, but are you a hat person? And if yes, what style of hat do you prefer to wear in the autumn? Ooh, very nice. Oh, I like to envision that. Okay, let me just check here, see how we're doing, what progress we're making. You're doing such a wonderful job with this. This is so useful and helpful to me. Thank you. Okay, do you like to decorate your home for the fall season? And if so, with what? Okay. Fair enough, that makes sense. Oh, okay. Yes, okay. I get you. Okay, yes, none of that. I can understand. Okay, wonderful. Is that all you'd like to say on that? Okay, fantastic. All right. Okay, next up, let's say you're carving a pumpkin into a jack-o'-lantern. Do you give your pumpkin a classic smiling face, a scary face, or a silly face? What do you think? What is the mood of your jack-o'-lantern? Oh, okay. Any particular features that you would make prominent in your jack-o'-lantern? Eyes versus mouth, etc., etc. Okay, yes. Oh, you sound very talented in the pumpkin carving arena. I'd love to see your work someday. Okay. This is a lovely one, and we can take a lot of time with this one because it can be quite extensive. Describe your favorite scents and smells of autumn. Yes, perhaps just take a moment and take a deep breath, and when you think of autumn, what are the scents that come into your senses, shall we say? Oh, yes, that's a classic, of course. Yes, all of those delicious smells. Oh, yes, I wouldn't have thought of that one, but how appropriate and how nostalgic. Yes, for me, there are so many, baking smells, cinnamon and warming spices, the smell of rain and leaves, campfires, so many lovely things. Yeah, smell. It's hard to pick a favorite one of our senses. I mean, how could you ever do that? But scent is something that is quite important to me. Okay, that sounds good. Let me just make sure I got all that. Anything else? Oh, yes. I'm so glad you brought that one up. Let's add that in. Great. Good. Okay, moving on. You're doing fantastic with this. If you were going trick or treating, what candy would you most hope to receive in your trick or treat bag? Could be anything at all. What's your top treat? Oh, yummy, yes. Is that what you would trade for if you were swapping candy with others from their trick-or-treat bags? Get as many of those as possible? I see. Okay. Moving on. How do you feel about rainy days in the autumn? Love them, hate them, or it depends on the day and your mood? What are your thoughts on rainy autumn days? Hmm. 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 Ah, yes. Hmm. That makes a lot of sense. That is understandable. I love the way your mind works in processing these questions. Your answers are so intriguing and so complex. I'm really enjoying myself here. Thank you. Okay, next up we have another choice for you to make. Which of these autumnal beverages would you choose? The quintessential pumpkin spice latte, a vanilla chai, or hot cocoa with cinnamon? What do you think? Pumpkin spice latte, vanilla chai, or hot cocoa with cinnamon? Oh, yes. I may have to get one of those right after we're finished with this. Cannot get enough hot beverages in this season. It's one of my favorite elements of the fall. I'm quite a hot cocoa girl myself, yes. With just about any flavor in it. Always warms me right up and gives me that nice little boost, without too much caffeine. Okay, yes, got to keep the nervous system happy for sure. Which autumn treat would you choose to go along with your beverage from among these choices? A pumpkin cranberry scone, a piece of spice cake with cream cheese frosting, or a giant warm cinnamon roll? They all sound delicious, but which would you choose? Pumpkin cranberry scone, spice cake with cream cheese frosting, or a warm cinnamon roll? I did say a giant warm cinnamon roll. That may make a difference in your mind. I thought so. You seem like that type to me. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, just tabulating a few things here. Making sure everything is in order. We're moving through these questions beautifully. You're doing a great job. Okay, next question, one that may be evocative. Do you now, or have you ever, owned a trench coat? And what are your general feelings about trench coats and those who wear them? Yes, give it some thought. What do you think? Trench coat person? How do you feel? Yes. Okay. Oh, I see. So if it's of that particular type, and the weather calls for it. Yes. Okay. Yes, but not in that case. Okay, yes. Yes. Oh, you give me such interesting perspectives on things. I appreciate it. Okay, beautiful. Okay, next up, another choice for you. You're going on a fall hike. Which would you prefer as your destination? A calming waterfall surrounded by mossy rocks, a mountaintop with a gorgeous view of the fall colors, or a mysterious and historical covered bridge? What do you think? Waterfall, mountaintop, or covered bridge? They all sound lovely, but that one does have a particular allure. I agree. Okay, next question. Have you ever jumped into a pile of leaves? Why or why not? Yes, that is something to consider. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah, yes, but there is a certain joy. Ah, yes. Okay, that makes sense. That certainly makes sense. Everything that you have answered to these questions has been very sound and well thought out. I do appreciate that. And yet you do have a bit of spontaneity and spark to you, which I appreciate. I'm never quite sure what you'll answer, and that makes this process all the more fascinating. Okay, just a few more. We're getting close. We're getting close. Do you enjoy watching or playing any fall sports? Are you a sporty type? Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. Yes, there is that certain camaraderie. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. And the chill, the breeze on a lovely day, the smell of the leaves in the air, all very evocative. Okay. Well, we've talked a little bit about fashion thus far, but let's just pull it all together. What is your go-to outfit for the fall season? Please describe. What are you most likely to put on your person when you awaken on a lovely fall morn? Okay, yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, it's all coming together now. I can see this. Yes, and what about footwear? Mm-hmm. Okay. And any other accessories? Any other accessories that you would add to that? That you would add to that? Oh, wow, that sounds downright dashing. I love it. Okay. Next, another question that may elicit a strong response. What are your feelings on candy corn? Delicious, gross, or I have no idea what you're talking about? Candy corn. Yes. What's the gut reaction? And in this case, I do indeed mean gut reaction. Mm-hmm. Okay. I've got that. Yes. I hear you. Got that down. And in follow-up, how about those weird little candy pumpkins that are sort of like candy corn but aren't? Same feeling? Different feeling? Oh, goodness. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, no, I hear you. Let me get that down. Almost lost my place here for a moment. I am so overwhelmed by the level of your answers here. Things that I never would have thought of before. You are giving the autumn season a whole new perspective for me, I have to say. Okay, now this is a sweet one, or perhaps bittersweet. Describe one of your favorite autumn memories. Can be a memory from long ago or a recent memory. What's the first thing that pops into your mind when I ask you to describe a fall memory? Oh, yes, yes. Oh, mm-hmm. Oh, and how were you feeling when that happened? Oh, wow. Well, any other details you'd like to share? I mean, I don't mean to pry, but it is fascinating to hear your thoughts on things and to know about some of your experiences and perspectives. I understand. Well, that's a good way to wrap up that question. I do appreciate it. Okay, another opinion question for you. What are your feelings on haunted houses, haunted hayrides, etc.? Do you find them fun and thrilling, or are they a little too much for your nervous system? What do you think? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, gotcha on that. Next, are there any foods you particularly like to cook, bake, and or eat during the fall season? Anything particular that comes to mind? I mean, there are so many delicious foods of the fall, but oh yes, all those cozy things. Yes, ooh, yes. Oh, I love it. Yes. Oh, for me, so many things, creamy mac and cheese and casseroles, soups. I'm such a soup person, and soup and good bread is such a staple of the fall, and of course, all the wonderful spicy treats. I love fall spices. Cinnamon and all of those things. I'm such a cloves person. But enough about me. Anything else for you? Ah, I see, yes. Yes, many delicious herbs and spices for the fall. Okay, we're almost through. Only 3 more questions. Next, are there any particular creative or craft projects that you like to work on in the fall? What sparks your creativity in this season? Oh, that sounds lovely. That sounds very interesting. I think that would be a lot of fun to just get lost in and see where your creativity might take you. Yes, and how exactly do you go about that? Are there any special supplies that you like to stock up on in order to work on that? Okay, great. Fantastic. Okay, here's another choice for you, another delicious choice. Which type of autumn pie would you prefer to eat? Pumpkin pie, apple pie, or pecan pie? Apple, pumpkin, or pecan, depending on where you are in the country. Oh, okay. Yes, well, for me, I would rate pecan as number 1, apple as number 2, and pumpkin as number 3. It's just never been something I've loved. Isn't that strange? I love so many other pumpkin-based treats, but pie doesn't really do it for me. Not in that form. Well, that does make sense. Okay, wonderful. Last question for you, just to wrap this all up in a nice little package. Which is your favorite month of the fall? September, October, or November? And why? Oh, okay, yes. I can definitely understand that. Oh, and that's very special. Oh, I see. Okay, well, I know it is hard to choose. It's a wonderful season overall, but thank you for letting me know that. That's very interesting. Okay, well, I think, oh my goodness, yes, we have made it through all of my questions. Let me just make sure that I have everything entered. You've been so wonderful. Okay. Yes, we're complete. We're all through now. Well, thank you so much for answering my questions. I really enjoyed this time with you, and I really appreciate you sharing all your interesting opinions and thoughts on these topics. Take good care of yourself, rest well, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Happy autumn.